So this Gerudo Claymore is almost broken, right? So in other words, it doesn't really make sense to carry around. So I can actually just get rid of this. It doesn't matter. And I can take the white-maned Lynel Saberhorn that was on it. So technically I didn't use anything for that, and so slowly but surely I can start climbing up in my most powerful stuff, which matters because now I can start using this stuff for arrows and getting more damage overall. All for the low cost of 20 rupees. And then, of course, this Sea Breeze Boomerang that I got, I can unfuse this and get the weapon that was on it. So I can actually save stuff by doing this. And there we go. And you can see the result already that my weapons are much more powerful than before. A mild oil extracted from plant seeds. It's very versatile in cooking and can coax flavors from ingredients used in many dishes. Also good for adding fuel to fire. I'm gonna test this. What happens? Ooh. Look at that. I mean, we can do that with pine cones and get the same exact result, but that's not half bad. That's cool to know. I always love it when stuff like that, when food ingredients have a physical use. It makes them more than just PNGs you're combining for a statistical benefit. And a great example of that are the peppers in Breath of the Wild, and I think this game. Lighting those on fire gives you the same exact effect, and it's almost akin to Rivali's Gale. Is there a boss here? I feel strongly like there should be a Frox in this area, and I'm not really here for it. There's a burb, but there's no frogs. Also, I forgot to put a star fragment on a staff. Now that I have Terrytown, I think Terrytown's effect, Terrytown's, what is it called, Break Apart, is already one of my favorite new mechanics that I've found, because it just lets me be so much more freeform with my stuff. I have a Topaz Scepter, and I want to swap it out for a star fragment. Now I can. It's no problem. It's just a lickety-split for 20 rupees. I can get that done. I love that. Oh, these guys. I'm tempted to... You know what? One thing I've been trying to do is I've been trying to fight these guys just a little bit more because I'm powerful. I need not fear anything, and I've also used a lot of my gear. So I'm going to swap off of my Bigoron sword that I love oh so much and kill some people because I have Sneak Strike, and Sneak Strike in this game is kind of crazy when you can just sneak up on things at will, even in combat. Yeah, we'll use this. Don't you dare shoot at me. You don't know where I am. You don't own me. Let's light this up. Also, having... Oh, there we go. Apparently, those sentry guys, they take 10 times more damage from... Oh, hi. From headshots. And I've kind of, like, intuited that. Ow. Thank you. I have such good gear now. I mean, look at this. I've farmed too hard. I don't want to throw any of my stuff away because I can just Terrytown it up. Grab this. I love the Bigoron sword a lot. There's a lot of nostalgia towards that. Ocarina of Time isn't in my top 10, but man, if it probably should be. I just feel bad because I look back at Ocarina of Time with a little bit of, not disdain, but like a little bit of trauma from like the fire temple, the water temple, Jabu's belly. Like, I don't like the dungeons in that game a whole lot. Wait, we're testing this. Is that pointing towards anything? Not real. It's pointing towards a chasm. Maybe they just point towards important things. That could be it. Where am I going? I'm going that way. I also need to kill keys. But I have a lot of nostalgia towards it, more so than almost any other game. I mean, I have... Really, I missed it twice. I have such fond memories of doing the Bigoron sword quest right as I got to the water temple because I couldn't beat Dark Link. I couldn't beat him. But what I figured out, me and my sister, was that he couldn't, Dark Link can't block the Biggoron sword attacks very well. You just slip under his guard. And so every time we got to the water temple, we would just take a break, go do the Biggoron sword quest, and then fight Dark Link. So I have a lot of fond memories of doing that. It's like, now I know how to beat him, and Deku Nuts kind of trivialized the fight, but even now, whenever I do that, I play Ocarina of Time, I do another playthrough, I will stop and I will do the Biggoron sword quest at that point because it just makes me feel good. It gives me that hit of nostalgia. What on earth is out there? I made a glow thing. There we go. That should help. I would have to say if there is any piece of gear that I miss from Breath of the Wild, it's probably the ancient bow because that thing could shoot so... I think that my theory might be debunked. Unless he's pointing towards the chasm still, but at this point it's like probably not. Okay, that's sad. It was a cool thought, right? Also, I'm really not going on the right path here. Oh, wait, I see something out there. Is that a... What am I looking at? Oh, that's way out in No Man's Land. I don't want to get that. That's way out in No Man's Land, because I'm getting these 4 this session. It's crazy that I can see that far. How do I get to this? It's funny. Majora's Mask is in my top 10, and yet I didn't really grow up with the game. I played it for the first time... Actually, I think I played it for the first time on GameCube, but I didn't beat it. And then when it came out on 3DS, then I beat it. That's... You know what? We should probably mark that. Can I stand on this little slight slope? I feel strongly like I can, at least for a second. Just long enough. I'm glad that they patched the exploit in Breath of the Wild where you could just constantly farm stamina on, like... Oh, whoops. On, like, a vertical slope. I'm glad that they fixed that because... Like, I think the vibe of patching things in a single-player game is a little bit weird, but once you discover something that's good, it's really hard to resist not doing it. And sometimes that can ruin the gameplay experience. For example, the air bike is a great example of that. I'm not doing that because it trivializes the game. I also don't really like it, but it's for multiple reasons it trivializes the game. But I know a lot of people... my roommate included, that he's like, I think it ruins the game because once you do it, travel is trivialized. I'm like, then just don't do it. Which is funny because actually he specifically tries not to use fast travel ever. So it's like, you're imposing restrictions on yourself in a very strange way. I almost misjudged that. I wonder how this area smells. That's a very intrusive thought. How do I get to this? Oh, it's a spiral. It's a spiral, pal. Of course, you're gonna have to do it like the spiral. Okay, so I flip my map. I am less confused. I have caught up with the program. Ooh. Ooh. This is special. Looks like we have some... Can I flurry rush these? Oh, no. Man, I didn't want to do that. Fine, die. Get out of here. Get out of here. You know, I don't use staves nearly as much as I should. Let's use them. Okay, this guy I'm gonna have to deal with good old-fashioned this. Come on. And yes, I am aware that I can... Oh, that's awkward. Oh, good job! Oh, that just works? Okay. Sure, yeah. Strong Fusion, Flurry Rush, yes. Got him. We're in a fight. I wonder, you guys should answer this for me. Do you switch off your gear as much as I do? Are you constantly switching your weapons around. Because I do. I just think it makes sense because from a durability standpoint, I am using less durability this way for the cost of just pausing for a couple seconds. That was weird. Also, you know what I can do? This is so dumb. Where did that sword go? There it is. I can actually just fuse this to a shield. This might be getting ridiculous, but I think it makes sense. And if I think it makes sense, then it does. That's how that works. I have a shield for this. We're just hitting that part of the game where I'm discovering new things, which is cool. Again, excuse me. It's why I like this game a lot more than Breath of the Wild, is I'm still discovering new things. You guys are still helping me. It felt like towards the end of Breath of the Wild, or even like the last half, I wasn't learning anything new, but I'm constantly learning stuff about this game. Again, it makes, I feel like I harp on the wrist mine. I feel like I harp on this a lot, but I do like this game quite a bit. Not a lot, but quite a bit. It's not like my top 10. It still has some fundamental flaws that make me not enjoy it, but, or it's not beloved to me. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna this. I love that. I love that. Every single little thing that I've done and picked up from you guys is just kind of a treat to me. I remember all of the comments, all of the little lessons I've learned. I could probably put like a, this is a commitment and a half, but if I fuse, this is dumb. This is really dumb. I shouldn't be doing this. Type. I'm going to regret this. If I put a star fragment on Minoru's back, this is dumb. Back part. Does that work? It looks, I mean, okay, I'm in light, so that's not fair. Let's walk into the darkness. It looks like she has light behind her. Not a lot, but it's more useful than a hoverstone in most scenarios. And I can keep that on her for a long time. Sure. We'll see how useful that ends up being. It's not like I can undo it. I can't unfuse that at this point. Also, I'm still trying to build the muscle memory of GR, and there are a lot of times where, yeah. There are a lot of times where I do ZR. You guys, I wonder, hold on. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, thank you. Most used. Like, this won't kill them. But it does something. I don't know why I'm so annoyed by these guys. I think it's a little bit of trauma from early game. But, like, they die in one hit. So many little mini... What are these actually called? Little Frogs. Little Frogs. Also... Oh, Monster Collection. Okay, I keep seeing that and think, oh, I can get a pattern off them, but that's not what that is. Get out of here. Get out of here. Good job. Good job, Minoru. I'm gonna try to make Minoru better than she is. I feel like I've been ignoring her, like... Or not Minoru, sorry. Riju. I wonder if we can get a helm from about her, with her. That'd be kind of neat. Like, Tulin is amazing, and I use him dozens of times per recording session, but I think Riju deserves a little bit of attention. Like, she's one of the ones that you actually kind of have to think about. See, that does damage. It does a lot of damage. I should use that more. Okay, you're in the nether. I can't help you there. I got a flurry rush from there. There we go. And let's go ahead and fuse that to my shield. Save that for later. See, now it kind of makes sense why shields don't have the best upgrades. What on earth? Oh, somebody broke this. Minoru, you could probably use a hand. Go away. You could probably use a hand, literally, Man, we're not even close. This is actually like a real gauntlet. And I kind of expect to see a boss here soon. Like, this is a big enough bulge in the path. What is going on over here? What is this Shadow of the Colossus looking architecture up here? This reminds me of the part of Shadow of the Colossus where you fight the giant monkey in those ruins. Like you're walking around here and he's swinging at you. Ooh, you know what? I definitely need to remember to summon Clarence. Oh, Clarence versus Phantom Ganon would go hard. Okay, that's happening. That's happening. No matter what the boss is, well, not no matter. If it's a Frox, I'm not going to do it, and it would actually make sense for it to be a Frox, considering all the little Froxes we've seen. Also, attack up gear does help mine Zonite, which is kind of nice. I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. Let's actually use these guys. Get out of here. I never use Minoru. I'm kind of curious to use her shield bash because she has one. Oh, you lost your arm. Did you lose your arm? You did. Like, she's strong. Look at this. That's really good. That was cool. It doesn't really look like the Star Fragment is doing anything. I'm not going to attach something onto Minoru while there's so much garbage everywhere. As soon as the Bigoron sword is about broken, I'm going to go back to my house and put it on display because I really like the Bigoron sword. In my opinion, it's like the best looking Goron weapon. It's just really slick looking. It feels like such a waste to use my weapons on these guys. I think that's why I find them annoying, because I want to depend on my followers to do it, but they're usually hesitant to. Almost at the end here. The Frox numbers are going up, and the normal enemy numbers are kind of going down. Also, I get so many demon bows, I should probably just use them, especially since they're not really that good yet. It's kind of weird. They're not that good in general. I wonder what they top out at power-wise, because right now they're kind of lame. They're what, 36 power? Oh, I got that. Wow. I actually just got that. I'm kind of impressed with myself. All right. We're rounding the corner. As I was saying, we're rounding the corner. I'm expecting Phantom Ganon or a Frox. Frox would make more sense, but okay, there's some souls up ahead. I'm tempted to use stealth gear, but stealth really doesn't matter for bosses. Here's the light route. Tempted to just fly in and grab the light route as quick as possible so that I can see. Like, what? I wonder if my camera lets me cheat. What is that? Little Frox. Okay. Like, what is... Interesting. It can't just be little Froxes, right? Little Froxes in a chest? We know that there is a nice treasure here. Okay, go. Go, 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 go. Light it up. What is this area? What is here? There isn't a whole lot of room for a fight. Okay, Phantom Ganon. Right? No? There really isn't even room for Phantom Ganon. Huh. Okay. There's room for Phantom Ganon right here. I don't think they really do scripted stuff like this, but I'm just gonna keep on the lookout. Tunic of Twilight. Legend has it this armor was once worn by a hero who battled the monsters of Twilight. There still seems to be some hair clinging to it. Looks like it may be from a wolf? our first piece? That's our first piece, right? Yes, it is. I like how they stuck with the muted colors. That's cute. All right. No Phantom Ganon. No boss at all. Okay. Well, I guess I'll mine all the stuff here, and then we'll move on.